Hey class, what's up? So today is well, I got a lot of stuff going on. This is Youth Art Month. If you're watching this, that means March. And for me, March is a very, very busy time, and I'm busy. I'm in and out of the building a lot. I've been on, actually got back from Boston a little while ago. This video that I'm shooting now is, I'm just trying to recap, and I haven't had time to really shoot a video, so this is, I'm pulling this one out of my some old stock footage that I've shot. Old class, just, I haven't had time, been busy. Anyway, so today, Mr.G is going over Raku Firing with you guys. All right, let's do the intro. Okay, so Raku Firing. For those that are my ceramics people, I got a drone shoot that I got to do. We got Special Olympics, so they need me to go film and video that. Hopefully, I'll have that up for you guys to check out. Fun time for us all, because we got to do fun stuff with all the kids from around the county, around the district. So Raku Firing. So today's lesson is a really old video. It's like more than 10 years, so production quality is way less than what you have now.
We have one main gas line that feeds into the burner.
Now, for those of you who don't know what Raku Firing is where you have a outdoor kiln. It really needs to be outdoors. If it's not, you have a door that goes directly outside, because what you're about to do after you start the kiln firing up, you need to be outdoors for. So if you've ever done Raku Firing, okay, so for Raku Firing, you have a bisque piece of ware that you've created, and you add a special type of glaze. So you can't add your regular glazes to it because of the chemical properties that are in that glaze. So nothing like this. Can't use this stuff. Great glaze, but this is only for a traditional firing method. For Raku Firing, bisque ware that's already been fired off, you're going to put a special Raku glaze on it. I don't have any of that here with me because we don't have that set up for this studio. But you're gonna put that glaze on it, set it through the fire. You you have the kiln set on, and you set the piece into the kiln. Heat it up depending on what your Raku settings are. It could be between 1700 degrees all the way up to 2100 degrees. So it's a very fast, quick fire. You're heating up those pieces quite rapidly. Usually when I'm doing the Raku fire, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for the kiln to reach temp. And once it reaches that temp, you open the lid while it's glowing, pull the piece out with some tongs. This thing is literally glowing hot. It's awesome. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done when I'm dealing with ceramics, but it is very, very dangerous. Definitely don't recommend this to those that have not done ceramics a lot before, but definitely watch the video because there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Now, once the piece is glowing red hot, you take it out of the kiln, you set it into some sawdust, or you could wrap it in paper bags, and then you put it into a trash can. What you're doing is you're causing a chemical reaction with the sawdust, the glaze itself. These are reacting with the air molecules, with the carbon that's inside of the sawdust, and all this stuff is working together to make a really fun, awesome piece. Now, what you're having done is a reduction firing. Newspaper that's on the outside, if this piece here was not put in with Raku glaze on it, so it's just a raw bisque ware piece like this, and I were to take it, put it in the Raku kiln, heat it up to temp, this thing's glowing red hot, and then take it out and put it into the sawdust. All of that sawdust that's touching this, and let's say that I put it down in a blanket of sawdust up to here. All that sawdust is then going to burn onto the piece, and that's going to create a carbon effect. That carbon is going to suck into the clay like a sponge, create a nice black finish onto our piece. That is going to be the permanent solution for that. Now up here at the top where it wasn't buried in sawdust, I'll have some smoke trails, so I'll get some carbon release into the top half, but the inside of the piece will be raw, natural clay color. But again, it's a finished piece. This is a finished way that you want to wear up to create the wear. Depending on it, and then if you have a glaze, most glazes for Raku Firing are going to be copper based, meaning that it is a metallic substance that can react with water or food, so not food safe materials. But they do look so pretty. So if you guys are getting into Raku and you want to do Raku, so today's lesson, going over Raku Firing, going over the basic process and processes of Raku, and hope you guys enjoy.
It's it's not December. It's October 22nd, 2004. This is my first Raku Firing by myself. So I've already set up the Raku kiln already. Raku kiln's an outside kiln that's going to be fired outside. A lot of fire, a lot of cool things going on at one time. So there's a couple major components that we have to have. This is the burner, all right? We have one main gas line that feeds into the burner and fires off all the fire, and then here is the air switch. Having the intensity of the air so it circulates and gets a higher temperature in there a lot quicker. The last piece of the thing that we need is a barometer. The barometer is going to tell us how hot it is at that time, at the given time within the kiln itself. Now, the firing off the barometer, there's two things that are involved. The thermocouple, which is inside the kiln, is conducting electricity from the heat to tell us how hot the temperature is in the kiln. It says it right here on the barometer. What we're going to do is we're going to take some pieces that we misfired, and then we're going to take them out of the kiln. Now they're going to be really hot, so we can't touch them with our bare hands. So we got gloves over here to use with them. We're going to set the pieces in the kiln and fire up to whatever temperature we deem specific for the blaze that we're using. Today we're going to fire between 1600 and 1800 degrees. A little 200 variation so we get specific colors. Afterwards, we're going to pull them out of the kiln using some tongs that we keep over here to the side so they're not in the way when we're pulling pieces out of the pieces earlier. We're going to put it in the sawdust. At that time, it's going to start a reduction where the oxidization from the air pulls in the piece and gives it that color that we're looking for. Once it's in there, we're going to take our buckets here and we're going to smother out the flame here, causing a reduction. That's going to stifle all the air that's inside of it and cause all those colors to become a lot more brilliant. Once the pieces have cooled so that they're not catching fire every time we open up the bucket, we're going to take the pieces out with the tongs, put them in the water. And that is Raku. Very simple, very easy. Alright, we're going to start real quickly now, and I'll back in a second. Cool. Now we're going to go ahead and shut it off, start adding these pieces in here. So just turn off the gas, and off the flame. Just load them on in here. Now it's just like blaze firing where you dust up all the bombs and pieces. And you set them in there. I usually set them in there a couple inches apart, just to give some breathing room. And you want to be quick. Try and keep that heat in there as much as possible. Now I'm going to let them sit in there for just a minute, try and regulate the heat, make sure all the heat stays in there. And because these pieces that we just pulled out of the kiln only at a certain number of degrees, whereas this kiln that we just turned off out here was sitting at about 1550 degrees. Okay. Give it enough time to regulate that heat again. So I'm going to start real slowly. Just to get it lit. Go ahead and add my heat. And then we heat it back up. Now I'm going to be watching the barometer now and make sure that it gets up to that 1600 degree mark just to start looking at it. And there's a vent on the top. Up here you can probably see some of the fire. But I can see down in there and I can see what the pieces are doing. As soon as I see some of the blaze is starting to break up, it's going a little bit too high. But as long as these pieces are glowing on the inside and I can see the blaze starting to liquidate, look a little wet on the piece, then it's getting real close to the time when it's pulled out. Okay. Alright, now we've reached, get a shot of this. It's about 1725 on the thermometer. Okay. So first I'm going to cut off the gas, the air, and then cut off the gas. Alright. And just see the flame starting to disperse down. I can come on over here and see inside the kiln. It's glowing. And you can see how these pieces are just starting to turn wet-like on the inside of it. sawdust. Cause reduction on the inside. I do cause a higher reduction on some of these because I want to see the colors change differently. This piece I want to sit out. I want to see what the colors will look like if it goes under extreme oxidization. Now remember, I'm also using gloves here, so I can get a little closer to the flames. And the last one. See how it left a small mark in the bottom. Recording. I'm closing it down so it keeps all the heat that is left inside of it. If you look on the thermometer now, it's down to less than 1500. So in that small time frame, we lost almost 300 degrees, if not more. Now, I'm going to try and reignite the flames. So it's pretty much out. I'm not touching it because that's extremely hot on top of that handle. Even with my gloves. Now if you can see, go under there, the flames are going again, causing that sawdust to reignite, causing the smoke to re-pump itself into it. This piece, see how the colors are changing on the steel. Won't let it roll around because I want to get that colorization that I'm looking for. I want to get those colors really magnified. I want to see a lot of intensity. Plus rolling around in the sawdust gives it that added texture. I'm going to go ahead and smother it out. That's going to look good.
I like that one's gone.
Yeah.
But that one up there.
This one. That's really nice.
So what are you doing? Smothering them again?
Smother them again, causing the reduction, keep on going. You can see that the embers are still charred on the bottom. And when you stick them in the water, this is a good example right here with this piece. See how it's star patterned? I want to tilt it to the side because I want to equalize it so when it goes in the water, it cools down evenly. If it doesn't cool down evenly, there's a really good chance it can crack. It's really bad at that. Cover this up. Try and get all the smoke out. Now, hopefully this one's better. This is that one that was really good. You want to stick it over here in this bucket. Sometimes the tongs get caught in there, but that's okay. And now this last one is left. Stick this one.
Why is it you turn them sideways again?
So that equalizes the water distribution inside, because if the water doesn't equal out inside of it, like you heard that while the bubbles really loud sizzling, that piece was still very, very hot. Probably should have let it cool a little bit longer. But what happens is when that water rushes in there, this is cold outside out here. It's probably about 65 degrees out, maybe 70. It's overcast today and a lot of sun's hitting it. So you want to make sure that everything in here is cooling properly, because if it's not, and you get those cracks, your piece doesn't look great. So now that take a whole long time in the water because these were the first batches in here, so the water hasn't really heated up. that quickly, you can see that I can hold it with my bare hands. And I'm going to use the water, scrub it, get out the rest of the dust. But you can see the colors that we got out of it. Some of those tan golds, some way down the bottom. You see how those lusters are in there? That's what caused from a certain glaze that we used today.
What's the name of that glaze?
I believe that glaze is going to be the glassy red. Has that glassy copper sheen in it. And on the outside, I know that he put the white crackle. Gave a lot of nice crackles, so you got a great colorization there. And I highlighted the top of this with the red glass, the glass red, so just give it an accent highlight. Now the black was raw clay. What happened was when I stuck it in the sawdust, all the sawdust ignited on the bottom. What that caused was a concentration of the carbon. So the carbon penetrated into the clay and caused it to give that black soot look. But unlike a fireplace or a fire pit, I can strike it across my hand. That's probably just some soot that came off from the excess. But see, it doesn't leave an imprint, which is cool.
So tell us, is this food safe?
This is not food safe, okay? Most of the ingredients that we use in this are not going to be food regulation, food safe. Plus, these have only been fired to the bisque temperature. So, they are waterproof to where if you put water in it, it's not going to break the piece, whereas if you put water in greenware, the piece is going to fall apart. It hasn't been fired. But, because this hasn't been fired to full viscosity, the water will go into here and it will just absorb into the whole piece. So you'll have water in here, the piece isn't going to break, but you can have some of the water leaking out of the bottom. So,
one thing they need to remember is if they do put water in a piece, it absorbs it, not to leave it outside in the wintertime because it will freeze and dust it.
That's right, that's a good point.
And on pieces like that, do you think they should mark them with a China mark or something like that, saying they're not food safe so that somebody doesn't accidentally put food in them at some point?
You can do that, or most of the time when I display these in a show, if anyone buys any of the pieces, I'll give them a printed sheet that says about Raku, because I like to promote and talk about Raku. But I'll also tell them that this is not food safe, and I have a real big sticker on there that says not food safe. Okay. Raku. Now we're going to clean these up. But what I did, I went and got a little bucket of sand. This is garage sand. This is what we put in the clay to give it a little more stability and opens up the clay so it can absorb heat a little better. And so we're going to get a little Brillo pad and get these at the Dollar Tree or something. So what we do is let the sponge get a little bit of heat and start rubbing it. What I'm doing is, there's still some residue from the carbon that gets onto the glaze, and to really bring out its luster, just polish it up a little bit. Like, see these spots that are on top of this white crackle? Kind of like that oxyclean. Kind of cut it off. Then he goes and shows a lot more of the white crackle result from it. And you can do this all over the whole piece, or sometimes you can leave some of the accents like that on it, or brush them off. Just depend on how you do it. Try and get the piece of color. Same with like the inside of this piece. Cause that red become a lot more brilliant, a lot more sheen-like. A lot better colorization going on through the inside. Real nice surface, good glaze, nice piece. Excellent display right here. Okay.
All right, so you guys just watched that Raku video. Hopefully, I've cleaned it up a little bit because I know the audio was kind of but hopefully I can have another Raku in the future with a lot better video quality because it is a fun and fantastic time. Other than that, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, and share on all the various platforms. Try and get the message out there, helping other teachers. Don't forget, if you have a question, raise your hand down in the comments below. As always, I'm happy to answer questions of my students, get back to you. And as always, I will see you guys next class. Let's go fly some drones. Later, guys. I want to kind of make it a mandatory homework assignment this time. This time, your homework class, I need you guys to put a comment down below and tell me how bad was that video quality? Because even I was watching, I was like, whoa, this is rough.